Okay everyone, welcome back to In Living Color TV. I'm your host Alexis On, and before we get started, make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Okay everyone, so Kenneth Petty's victim went onto The Real today, and she had a lot of things to say about Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj. Here are some of the clips from today's interview.
Let them know that they were wrong, and you can't do this to people. You shouldn't do this to people. He did something a long time ago, and he had consequences that he was supposed to stick with. What they did to me and my family wasn't okay. It wasn't right, and it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what your status is. You can't intimidate people to make things go better for you, and that's what they did. And I want my daughters to know that as they grow, as they experience life, as they come in contact with friends, family, strangers, whatever, that they'll have the strength to know that they have a voice and they should use it. And don't ever let anybody try to silence them.
And Kenneth were harassing you. In what way?
With them sending people to negotiate numbers as far as money is concerned with family members. And Nicki is the one who personally reached out to me. She's, in regards to helping them in this situation. And then the threats that I received because I kept saying no to every offer, to every suggestion. The last incident was when one of their associates put $20,000 on my lap, and I still kept saying no. The last message I received was that I should have taken the money because they're going to use that money to put on my head.
Jennifer, have you ever spoken to Nicki directly?
I did, in March of 2020. Called me, and she said that she got word that I was willing to help them out in a situation. I didn't understand what she was referring to. She offered to fly me and my family to LA. I turned it down, and I told her, woman to woman, this really happened. And I hadn't spoken to her since.
Jennifer, let's move forward. When it was announced that Kenneth Petty was marrying Nicki Minaj, what was your first thought about that news?
I was so afraid of being found out. I was so afraid of being known as the person he violated, and I didn't want that. It's Nicki Minaj.
Now that you heard Jennifer, I would like for you to hear what Nicki Minaj had to say when she was on Cream Radio, and she addressed the situation that happened between Kenneth Petty and Jennifer in the 90s. And this is what Nicki had to say.
As well as something that he was wrongfully accused of doing when he was 15 years old, all because he didn't have $7,000 to get himself bailed out. Because when you in the hood at 15, you don't have that kind of money, neither does your family. And when the alleged accuser wrote a letter to the judge asking to recant these statements, she was told that she would go to jail for 90 days, allegedly, if she recants the statement. But right is right.
Now that you heard both parties, here's my opinion. Now, I do feel like Jennifer is going through a lot, and I want to say for myself, I never want to see any woman distressed, stressed out, or going through any type of harm or being harassed. So if this is happening, like I said in my previous video, when it comes to Nicki Minaj and Kenneth, if they did harass Jennifer, and if they still are, totally in the wrong for that. They are totally wrong. I will not uphold Nicki or Kenneth up in that. However, if they did not do it, or if Nicki didn't herself harass Jennifer and just gave her a phone call, I don't feel like Nicki should be held accountable for all of this. Because remember, Nicki was not the one who did something to Jennifer back in the 90s. Kenneth Petty did. And I'll continue to say it over and over again like I do in my other videos. She knew him before we knew him. So when she got with him this most recent time, decided to marry him and have a child with him, she knew that one day this will come up. Now, she may have not known it would come up like this, and that the victim Jennifer would have come out and done interviews and stuff like this. However, she knew that one day that this would come up And I think Nicki Minaj has been radio silent online because she got wind that this was coming out. I truly believe people in the industry know each other. I'm pretty sure she got a heads up. Somebody gave her a phone call and she ducked off the internet for a while. She already said that she was going to be gone. Happy Thanksgiving, happy December, happy Christmas, happy New Year, all that good stuff. And she was out of here. So, and I already feel like that was because of Ballgate. And I also find it funny how all of this stuff in this interview happens right around the time not only that she disappears, but the time that she was just to it with all the politicians and everybody was making a big spectacle in the media about her saying and giving her opinions about the vac. There's an agenda to get Nicki Minaj out. I do feel like they are trying to push her out and usher in the new girls. I mean, we already see it, but I do feel like they're doing it in a disgusting way. This is like a smear campaign to try to get her to leave, try to shame her out. You know what I'm saying? Trying to come at her with her personal life, because you can't come at her for her skills or just her musically. You can't do that. So they came at her with her personal life, and I think it's very sad and it's sick in a way that they're trying to do this to this black woman. But on top of that, Nicki isn't innocent in everything, and if she did call Jennifer, I do feel like she should have left that alone. I do feel like she shouldn't have called Jennifer, because in a sense that could have been used against her, and it is now. As the album and documentary goes, I really don't think that's coming this year, honestly. I don't feel like HBO Max will try to put out something around all of this controversy and all of this negative press. I feel like they will want to put it out when she's putting on her album, when she has positivity, and when she's releasing something. And on top of that, I don't think Nicki Minaj wants to release anything right now anyway. It's a lot of negative press, and honestly, it does not look good. It doesn't. So I feel like right now she's going to stay silent. She already said farewell because of Ballgate, and she's just going to take her time and let all of this play out. That's a very smart thing to do, especially right now. I feel like anything she says or does right now is going to be twisted in the media. It's going to be turned, flipped, switched, and twitched into something else, and that wouldn't be good for her. If she came out and tried to defend herself right now, I honestly feel like it would be flipped, and people will be trying to come at her and trying to say she's victim shaming and whatnot, especially if Kenneth Petty came out and did an interview. Now, I feel like if he did an interview right now, it may or may not sway in his favor, but he was charged for that back in the day. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But the only question right now is if Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty really harassed Jennifer to the point where she had to get on national syndicated television to let everybody know, hey, I got this lawsuit. They've been doing this. Look at me. I am going through it, and this is not okay. As far as the documentary goes, I do not think we will be getting the documentary in 2021. I feel like Nicki wanted to do an album and documentary release. I feel like she did have plans for that. And I really do feel like she's not going to want to release anything while she has a lot of negative press. This does not look good, especially if you're trying to push something and put out an album while you're facing a lot of negative backlash. I mean, look at Tory Lanez. Like, it's the same type of image. So I really feel like Nicki should stay quiet. Nicki should just lay low, spend time with Papa Bear, do her thing, stay in the house, get in the back in the pool, take some more pictures on the rock, and just mind her business, because anything she says will be used against her in the court of law. Let me know what you all think down below, and remember, while leaving a comment, please be respectful or I will remove you. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.